Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. We come to you live tonight from Fairbury, Illinois, for round number 4 of the Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set for another Northwest Racing Association Super Week. 4 races over the next 4 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, from Super Late Models to Big Block Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and then Street Stocks. But for tonight, so coming into week number 4, we've seen 3 different winners so far. Can we make it 4 from 4? There is a very good possibility at that one. 48 drivers have signed into the pit area for tonight's round here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. The gloves are going to be off here in Fairbury, Illinois. It's a tight little ball. We're in quarter of a mile in distance as we get set here in just a few moments' time for the first of 5 heat races. There'll be 10 laps in distance. The top 5 will go through to the main event, so that'll lock in 15 cars. Then we'll have 3 B mains on the program. There'll be 15 laps in distance, where we should be taking the top 3 to lock in a 24-car field feature. After the 3 B mains have been completed, we'll then have a warm-up session, which will be 3 minutes, which in that time, we've already been told that the track is going to get reset. And then it'll be straight into a 50-lap main event. I believe that we are not going to go with the invert here tonight because qualifying is done and dusted. Let's take a look at those qualifying results up on screen. Connor New got the job done with a 12 flat over Desmond Busby, Dylan Yeager, Trey Mills, Dylan Wilson. That's your top 5. Then you go back to Stephen Gaines, Nathan Waddell, Hayden Tolson, Chance Carr, and Mason Lobb as we now get ready for what is heat race number 1 here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. It is going to be Connor New lining up the 10 machine from the pole position and to the outside of the front row. Driving the 07 machine to sub tonight, it's Stephen Gaines out of position at number 2. And we go back to your second row inside position number 3. It's the 2 car of Jesse Wall from 4, the 5 of Andrew Clark. Your fifth starter in caliber 32, that'll be Christopher Joy. The 3 of Carson Friedman lines up at a position number 6. Out of 7 will be Logan Hickerson in caliber 98 from position number 8. It's the 7 of Bob Klein. And your final row, Jeremiah Johnson lines up the 17 machine from position number 9. And Scooter Black will line up the 5 machine from position number 10. Pace car is going to go infield. We're about to go racing. Heat race number 1 here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Ready to do battle. Run number 4. Problems for Christopher Joy already on the start. As the green flag is out, do we go yellow? Not just yet. I think race control will have to have a good hard look at that one. Remember, top 3 is what is up for grabs right now for the main event. Everybody else will go through to one of 3 last chance qualifiers as Connor New continues to lead the way right now from Stephen Gaines. Gaines closes in, uses a little bit of right side to romance out on your race leader. Last night, Connor New picked up a super late model victory at the dirt track at Charlotte. Where were we last night? No. I don't know. I forget where we were at last night, but with the World of Thunder Esports League, he got the job done. And right now he's continuing to lead the way. We were at Eldora Speedway last night. I thought we were, but I had no idea. I don't know why I said Charlotte. Just watching the World of Outlaws race, that's what I was doing. Connor New, 5 down, 5 to run. And the Majula C Speed Shop. Sweet Victory Apparel, number 10 machine. Still leading the way over Stephen Gaines again. Gaines closes in right there to 3 and 4 cars. And Friedman hooked up there with Logan Hickerson. Friedman goes around. Will go yellow in heat race number 1. So that will freeze the lap counter. Friedman around in car number 3. Let's take a look at the replay here once again. So Friedman got to the inside of Logan Hickerson. He's made contact. Bob Klein done very well there to avoid that one. Take a look on board right here with on board Bob Klein here. Watch out from the nose of the number 7 machine. Gee, that was tight. Really was close there for Bob Klein. So Friedman will go to the back, 7 down. Once we get the restart back in, we'll have 3 laps left to run. Points lead coming into tonight. Dylan Yeager leads the way over Nathan Waddell. Third place is Connor New, Cruz Cordell in fourth. Chase Barber rounds out the top five. Desmond Busby, Hayden Tolleson, Caleb Durgan, Damien Kiefer and Dylan Hauser. Your top 10 in the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model points after 3 weeks. As we get ready to go back racing here in the opening heat race of the night. Tomorrow Connor New sets sail off down into the sunset here at Fairbury, Illinois at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Jesse Wall trying to good look down to the inside there on the 5 car of Andrew Clark, who happens to hold down at third and final transfer position. Can Andrew Clark hold on? He makes a little mistake, opens up the door for the 2 car of Jesse Wall. Meanwhile, Klein will go to the inside of Hickerson down into 3 and 4. White flag is out, 1 lap left to go for your race leader. Heat race number 1, the 10 car of Connor New. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Connor New going to be victorious. Connor New continuing on with the good run of form as of late. He will get the job done in heat race number 1. We'll take a look at your results coming up on screen. There is Connor New, Stephen Gaines, Andrew Clark will be your top 3, and those 3 drivers will see lock themselves into the main event later on tonight. Jesse Ward, Logan Hickerson, Bob Klein, Christopher Joy, Carson Friedman, Scooter Black and Jeremiah Johnson. Well, off to the B mains they go. Heat number 2. Lining up this way, Desmond Busby lines up the 82 machine from pole position, and the 5 car of Nathan Waddell. He'll start from position at number 2. Your third starter in car number 10, that'll be Jason Salter from position number 4. Car number 32, that is Cam Harris. Your fifth starter in car number 12, that'll Trevor Mead to the outside. The 123 entry from position number 6, that is Rodney Gard. We'll go back to your 7th starter in car number 27, that's Hunter Lagoons. And from position number 8, driving car number 23, that is Matt George. Sean Crosshike rolls off the 8 machine from position number 9, and the 741 entry of James Starry will roll off out of position number 10. Oh, we're going green right now. We're wasting very little time. Heat race number 2. So Busby and Waddell. That's your poles. That was your front row in heat race number 2. Busby 6 in the points. Waddell 2nd in the points. So a lot on the line for these 2 guys if they want to continue to run at a potential Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Championship with the Northwest Racing Association. Cam Harris finds himself into position number 3 in that number 32 car. And you go back to Jason Salters, got Hunter Lagoons in the 27. Meanwhile, working to the inside, into 3 and 4. Going to the bottom side is Sean Crossack. Trevor Mead was through the middle, and James Starry, he was sending it upstairs. They continue to work side by side down into turn number 1 and 2, but we still stay focused on the battle for the minor placings right there between Nathan Waddell. Cam Harris still holding on to position number 2 and 3. Jason Salter getting a little crossed up there in the middle 1 and 2. Got the car a little sideways, allows Hunter Lagoons to close in and looking to move into position number 4. Lagoons down to the inside, down into turn number 1, off of turn number 2. Salter comes back to the outside, and they'll drag race down the back straight away. Lagoons this time, he pulls the trigger with the slide job in 3 and 4 and completes it. Now gets back to the top and now looks to drive away from the 10 car. Jason Salter, but just got a little tight there on the exit of turn number 2. The car just straightened up on the 27 machine. But out in front, Desmond Busby 6 in the point standings. Some 40 points away from your points leader of Dylan Yeager. Waddell, concrete wall in the right rear quarter panel. They met. Waddell, it's not about Valentine's Day just yet. Couple of weeks apparently. Then you can take it out to dinner if you like. White flag is out for Desmond Busby. Waddell trying to hold on here in heat race number 2 to 2nd spot. Jason Salter. He's back there in 5th as Cam Harris looks to go to the middle of the racetrack, but off for turn number 4. Desmond Busby's going to the big dance. Busby will get the win in heat race number 2. Busby is confirmed your winner. We'll take a look at those results up on screen. Desmond Busby from Nathan Waddell, Cam Harris, that'll be your top 3. Hunter Lagoons, Jason Salter, your top 5. James Starry, Sean Crossack, Rodney Gard, Trevor Mead, and Matt George. The drivers in heat race number 3. Heat race number 2, sorry. Heat race number 3 going to line up like this on the pole position. It's your points leader, Dylan Yeager from position number 1. To the outside of the front row, 7th in the point standings, Hayden Tollison lines up at a position number 2. Position number 3, Lyndon Whitfield in car number 21 from position number 4. Week number 1 winner of Jesse Antigan will start the one machine on the outside of the second row. Colton Herbert from position number 5 in car number 12. Thomas Vickers in the 23. He'll start from position number 6. Tristan Coons-Grape lines up the 14 machine from 7. The 92 of Tristan Lauder-Sewell will start from position number 8. And you go back to Tristan Sykes in the 99 from 9. And the 02 of Nick Baum lines up at a position number 10. And just like that, we are ready to go racing once again. Here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedways, they work down into Turntable 1 and 2 for the first time. Dylan Yeager, meanwhile, enter get around the outside of Lyndon Whitfield now to pick up position number 3. 3 wide as Colton Herbert looking down to the inside. Slider from Antican on Tollison. Tollison turns it back underneath him. Meanwhile, Whitfield around the outside of Colton Herbert. Tristan Lauder-Sewell coming there along with Thomas Vickers. Boy, it's getting really busy right now for 4th, 5th, 6th positions. Even 7th as Vickers works to the inside of Lauder-Sewell. Keep an eye on the one machine, but out in front so far. 3 down, 7 to run. Your race leader is Dylan Yeager and your points lead. He's had 3 top 5s this season in the opening 3 weeks. I'm sure he would love to put a win next to that name after week number 4 competition. Here comes Lyndon Whitfield with a run on Jesse Antigan down into turn number 1 and 2. But Antigan sails it back around the outside as they work into 3 and 4. Cross flag sticks are out. 5 down, 5 to run. At the front gaming, number 1 machine holds on to position number 3. Nick Baum, boy, I tell you what, rolling from 10th to position number 5 in the O2 machine. Boy, if he could just have a little bit of luck here in this heat race, he may even just be able to contend for that final transfer spot on the podium, but I think he's a little bit too far away. You're looking at about 1.3 seconds from Jesse Antigan. As time starting to run out for 4th on back, Lyndon Whitfield is the 4th driver on the raceway. As Antigan rolls the bottom side, similar sort of line to see what we see. Hayden Tollison running 2 to run. It'll be a lap and a half to go for Dylan Yeager in the Victory Lane Racing, number 48 CFM Esports. He's gotten through turn number 1 and 2. He'll set off down into turn number 3 and 4. Tristan Lauder-Sewell is just rolling, and the right front is broken on that 92T. He's just trying to roll and just get some points, but nearly come unstuck there for Dylan Yeager. Boy, heat race number 3 results done and dusted. Dylan Yeager gets to win over Hayden Tollison, Jesse Antigan. That'll be your top 3. Lyndon Whitfield 4th, Nick Baum 5th, Colton Herbert in 6th, Thomas Vickers 7th, Tristan Sykes in 8th. Tristan Lauder-Sewell 9th, and Tristan Coons-Grape. So 3 Tristans to round out this 10-car field as we get set for heat race number 4. And on the pole position, it'll be the 14 car of Trey Mills. And to the outside of the front row, driving car number 2, that is Chance Carr. Second row inside in the 18 machine from position number 3, that's Cameron Kaysen, and Tyson Banks lines up the 747 machine from position number 4. Your 5th starter in car number 33, that is Caleb Durgan, 8th in the point standings. Peyton Burton will start position number 6. Tyler Clement lines up the 97 from 7. From 8, it's the 92 of Cameron King. And Robert Overstreet lines up the 46 machine from position number 9. We quickly roll through the heat races here tonight at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Heat race, what is number 4 on the program of heat race 4 of 5? As Trey Mills leads Chance Carr. Kaysen was trying to work down to the inside. We go 3 wide for a split second, and now the battle is on for the race lead. Chance Carr to the inside of Trey Mills. Kaysen working it down low, going to hold on to position number 3, but he's got Caleb Durgan looking down to the inside. Durgan shoots it off down into the inside as Cameron Kaysen, but at the line, boy, there was only a few 1,000ths of a second separating Trey Mills and Chance Carr. Mills on the top, Carr on the bottom side as they work off turn number 4 at the line. Going to give that one to Chance Carr. No, in fact, so we'll give it to Trey Mills. Carr with a slider on Mills. Mills turns it back underneath him down the back straightaway. Here comes Kaysen trying to throw his hat in the mix, but Kaysen's got Caleb Durgan to contend with. As now Chance Carr's going to lead that lap, but here comes back around the outside. Goes the 14 car, Trey Mills. Mills with a run into turn number 3 and 4. And again, boy, we are looking at just a few 1,000th of a second, just separating your lead cars. Chance car, Trey Mills, Cameron Case and Caleb Durgan. Two battles going on at the moment for first and second, and then third and fourth position. Durgan just hits the wall. Mills got to the outside of car. Mills goes to the pits. Front end, the right front, off that race car basically. And yellow will be out. So look at car. Well, I mean, there was nothing really up there, and that probably comes back on the fact that maybe the 14 car should have backed out of it. Mills sends it off into the pits, and you just wonder how much damage has Chance car got in that number 2 machine. He's at the tail end of the field. So Cameron Casey with a bit of luck and a bit of fortune. Speaking of fortunes, the 747 car of Tyson Banks. He's moved up to position number 3. He's going to have Peyton Burton alongside of him. Back underway in your fourth heat race of the night. Heat number 5 coming up after this one. Durgan down to the inside there on Case, and they'll rub door panels down into turn number 3. Who's it going to be? It'll be Caleb Durgan to lead what is lap number 8 of 10. So 2 remain as Kaysen fights back on the inside, half a car length as they work down the back straightaway. They'll come to the start-finish line. The white flag will be out. Kaysen going to protect the bottom side down into turn number 1, but Durgan forces the door open. Drag race down the back straightaway into 3 and 4 for the final time. Durgan, Kaysen, Durgan slides up across the nose. We'll drive it a little deeper. Cameron Kaysen is going to give up that win to Caleb Durgan. Caleb Durgan, your winner over Cameron Kaysen. Tyson Banks, your top 3 that'll lock themselves into the main event. Burton, Clement, Carr, Overstreet, King and Mills. Well, to the B main they go. Heat number 5, your 5th and final heat race of the night will look like this. Dylan Wilson lines up the 80 machine from pole position. Mason Lobb lines up at a position number 2. Joe Cease lines up the 50 machine from position number 3. Chase Barber 5th in the point standings will line up at a position number 4. Colton Zimmer will start from position number 5. Sean Pointer lines up at a position number 6. Austin Holder lines up at a position number 7. Jacob Tabor lines up at a position number 8. And Zachary Nemitz will start from the 9th and final spot here on the grid. 5th and final heat race of the evening. Before we move into the first of 3 B mains on the program. And a field of what was 48 drivers. All vying for 24 starting positions in your 50-lap main event later on tonight. Plumwild Podcast, Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Final heat is underway with Dylan Wilson getting the jump. Over Mason Lobb, and now look out, here comes Chase Barber to the inside, nearly going to make a 3 wide down into turn number 1 and 2 as Lobb tries to put the power move there on Dylan Wilson, but he says, no way, Jose. I'm going to take back the number 1 position. You're not going to have it just yet. He's got a lot of speed up in that 80 machine now. This time he'll take a different approach through turn number 1 and 2 as now Mason Lobb looking to close in. Back to the line zone using a lapper go. What will happen into turn number 1 and 2? Wilson gets back to the cushion, gets right up on the concrete. The elbows are up here at the quarter-mile racetrack, the Bull Ring. In Fairbury, Illinois, the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Playing host to the 4th round of the Plumwild Podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Barbara trying to go down to the inside, down into 3 and 4, but Mason Lobb, he was committed to using that inside line as well in 3 and 4, but Lobb going to go back upstairs. Barbara again trying to put the pressure on the 28 machine into 1 and 2. He'll now do the same thing into 3 and 4, side by side for 2nd and 3rd. Give it to Mason Lob, although here comes Barbara again with a move on Lob. Lob has to turn it back underneath him now. Trying to shut the door down into 3 and off for turn number 4. Mason Lob's got the inside line down into 1. Lob slider on Barbara. Now Joe C's coming into the picture in that number 50 machine. Lob going to go upstairs and rail around the outside of the number 23 car of Chase Barbara. Barbara in second position, Lob in third. They might just switch that up down into turn number 3. That's exactly what happens. Slider from Lob. Good battle going on here for the minor placings. And the 2 final transfer positions as Joe sees. He finds himself 1 lap away from potentially going to the show. Or worst case scenario, going to a B main. Off for turn number 4, Dylan Wilson. A clean set of heels. Second to go to Chase Barbara. Lob will grab third. Fourth will go to Joe Cease. We'll take a look at your results here. Point to home in 5th, Zimmer in 6th, Holder 7th, Tabor 8th, and Nemeth in position number 9. So that is heat race number 5 done and dusted. We'll now move forward to the first of what will be 3 B mains on the program. 15 laps is the journey, and the top 3 are going to find themselves going to your A main. Your lineup will look like this. In row number 1, it's going to be Jesse Wall to the pole from 2 to 14 of Peyton Burton. From position number 3, Jason Salt to car number 10. From position number 4, the 20 of Sean Pointer. From position number 5, the 12 of Colton Herbert. From 6 to 32 of Christopher Joy. From 7 to 46 of Robert Overstreet. From 8 to 123 of Rodney Gard. From 9 to 13 of Jacob Tabor, the 92T of Tristan Laudersua lines up at a position number 10, and Jeremiah Johnson lines up the 17 machine from position number 11. Pace car will stay on the racing surface, so they'll go around 2 times behind the racing.com official pace track. Once the pace track comes to the front straight, which it's doing right now, they will get the 1 to green signal, meaning Jesse Wall has complete control of this field. B main competition is underway. Jesse Wall will lead. Peyton Burton, Jason Salter, Sean Pointer. Colton Herbert, Christopher Joy go back to positions number 5 and 6. Remember, top 3 is all that is going to be transferring into the main event. Watching just there, the 10 machine of Jason Salt. He's going to give up the spot now to Sean Pointer. As Pointer, now here comes the 32 car of Christopher Joy. Slides up right across the nose. Pointer back to the inside of Joy, but Joy back to the outside. Salter trying to split the difference. Here comes Colton Herbert, Robert Overstreet as well. Working in tandem by, it's going to be Christopher Joy to position number 3. Sean Pointer back to 4th. Herbert in 5th. Jesse Wall, your race leader. Watching Pointer in the 20. Joy in the 32. Battle is on for the final transfer spot. And just like that, we've already ticked off 4 laps of this 15-lap B main event, which means we've got 11 to run. Joy and Pointer once again, if they keep making contact like this, the 12 car of Colton Herbert is now going to was about to make it a 3-way battle for that final transfer spot here. Jesse Wall, Peyton Burton are the 2 cars that at the moment are just playing nice with one another. They know that they've got 2 out of the 3 transfer spots at the moment. They know that they've just got to get into the big dance. Herbert goes to the inside of Christopher Joy. Joy again trying to circle around the outside of the racetrack, gets into the concrete wall. He'll lose a spot back to Colton Herbert as Herbert in the 12 machine now starts to set his sights on that 20 machine of Sean Pointer. Joy going down to the inside there on Herbert, not leaving much of a lane on the outside there at turn number 2. And now Herbert's going to fight back on the inside. What this battle is doing between Colton Herbert and Christopher Joy is that allowing, that gives the breathing room right there to the 20 car of Sean Pointer. And now here comes the 92T machine of Tristan Laudersua from the 10th starting spot into the outside. He looks to move inside the top 5 and does so. In fact, will move to position number 5. He's not done with just yet. Joy, Lorna Sewer and Herbert battle for positions number 4, 5 and 6. Gonna give it to Christopher Joy that time by at the start-finish line. 3 to run as they come across the start-finish line with your race leader of Jesse Wall, Peyton Burton and Sean Pointer. This battle on right now, Lorna Sewer, Joy, Herbert. It's all going to get ugly. It's all going to come unstuck. We'll go yellow. Yellow is out. Again, we watch this battle unfold. Let's just fix one thing here. So looking at this one, looks like Christopher Joy and Colton Herbert have both been sent to the tail end of the field. Lights should be out on the pace car. Here we go, back underway in your first B main of the night. Top 3, Jesse Wall, Peyton Burton and Sean Pointer. They lead Robert Overstreet and Jason Salter. The first 2 cars on the outside looking in. Salter just giving a little nudge there to the 46 car of Robert Overstreet. Meanwhile, white flag is out. 1 lap left to go here for your top 3. Jesse Wall down into 10 of 3 and 4 for the final time. Jesse Wall's going to the show. So B main number 1 is done. Be able to take a look at your official results here. So Jesse Wall gets the win over Peyton Burton in 2nd spot. Sean Pointer in 3rd. 4th we got to Robert Overstreet. Jason Salt to make up your top 5. Jeremiah Johnson, Rodney Gard, Tristan Laudersil, Christopher Joy and Colton Herbert. Your top 10 and 11th was Jacob Tabor. B main number 2. Will line up like this. Hunter Lagoons lines up the 27 machine from position number 1. Joe Cease in car 50 will start from position number 2. Position number 3 will be the O2 car of Nick Baum. From position number 4, it's 7 of Bob Klein. Your 5th starter in car number 2, that is Chance Carr. From position number 6, car number 8 of Sean Crossike. From position number 7, car number 2 of Austin Holder. From position number 8, it's the 99 of Tristan Sykes. The 5 of Scooter Black will roll off at position number 9. From position number 10, car number 14 of Trey Mills. And your 11th and final starter in car number 23, that is Matt George. It looks like we're ready to go racing already. B main number 2. Lagoons leads there from Joe Cease. Bob Klein to the outside of Nick Baum. Baum was pretty racy in his heat race. Remember, Baum had to come from position number 10. He finished, I want to say, finished 5th in his heat race, which puts him right in the middle of this second B main as Bob Klein right there in the 7th car. He knows he's got the final ticket to... Well, the final ticket from this B main, the second B main to go into the show. Nick Baum is all over him through 1 and 2. Now Baum going to look to use a different line into 3 and 4. Klein goes to the top, as does Baum. Little cutback line there from Nick Baum. Now he sends it down to the inside. Looks for the slide job there, but had to pull it up because Joe Cease was in the 50 car. Running 3 corners of the way up the racetrack in 1 and 2. Battle between Klein and Baum. Klein with a run back to the outside they go. Crossike in the 8 machine. He's found his way to position number 5 and looking to close in on this final battle for the final transfer position. Hunter Lagoons leads from Joe Cease in the 50. Klein getting real close to the rear bumper of Joe Cease in car number 50. Now Klein now ducks it down to the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4, trying to leave a lane for Joe Cease on the outside, but Bob Klein going to move his way to the runner-up spot. Tries to slide up across the nose of the 50 car, but just makes a little bit of contact. And now here comes Nick Baum, almost taking 3 wide. As Baum goes to the inside. C's gone into the rear bumper. Klein had to try and take evasive action. Chance car coming in car number 2. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but now 4 cars battling for that final transfer spot. Baum, Carr, Klein and Mills. Take Mills out of the equation. He caught the inside tractor tyre. So 3 cars coming to 5 to run. And Chance Carr, who wasn't even a talking point in the first 8 laps, maybe 9 laps of this second B main, has now got himself into the 3rd and final transfer position. So it's a battle of the 2s right there. The 2 of Chance Carr battles with the 0-2 entry of Nick Baum. And now Nick Baum again with a run on the outside down into turn number 1. Off for turn number 2. Chance Carr will slide up. Baum will go down to the inside. He'll throw the slider into turn number 3 and 4. Gets the moisture on the exit of turn number 4. Chance Carr has it at the start-finish line. It's not by a whole lot of margin. And Bob Klein trying to come back into the picture right now with 2 to run at the start-finish line for your race leader of 100 Lagoons. Joe Cease comfortably in 2nd. And Chance Carr just letting Nick Baum overdrive this race car. Throw the slider in 3 and 4. And he just turns it back underneath with Chance Carr, Nick Baum and Bob Klein as the white flag flies. They were all just rim riding around the top side of the racetrack. Who's going to the bottom into turn number 3 and 4? Let's find out. Clark, Carr and Baum side by side off at turn number 4. Who's it going to be? The Lagoons will win your 2nd B main. Joe Cease along with Chance Carr will get the 3rd and final transfer position. He punches his ticket to the 50-lap main event for Baum and Klein. Unfortunately, they're going to miss out just by the slimmest of margins. Sean Crorsite back there in 6. Holder, Sykes, George and Mills, your top 10, with Scooter Black in 11th. Final B main of the night. Lyndon Whitfield rolls off at a position number 1 in caliber 21. From position number 2, it's the 98 of Logan Hickerson. 2nd row inside outside, the 97 of Tyler Clement. Out of 3 from 4, it's a 741 entry of James Starry. From 5, it's a 20 car of Colton Zimmer. From 6, the 23 of Thomas Vickers. Carson Friedman lines up at a position number 7. Cameron King from position number 8. Trevor Mead lines up alongside Zachary Nemeth in positions number 9 and 10. And Tristan Koonsgrape lines up in the 11th and final starter. Final B main is upon us and the green flag flies. B main number 3 is green. We've had, just 2 cautions, I think, this evening here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. It's a good omen, Hank, before we head into a 50-lap main event in about 6 or 7 minutes' time. 1 coming to the wall. That's the 20 car of Colton Zimmer. Poor Colton Zimmer. He wasn't inside the top 10 of the points, and well, is more than likely going to have to drop this one from the points, knowing that he's got a tough few weeks ahead of him if he wants to get and have a shot at a championship. But you need to find yourself in the main event if you want to be in the championship contenders. Lyndon Whitfield from Logan Hickerson and James Starry. B main number 3, 4 down, 11 to run. I say this is probably the most calmest B main I've ever seen here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway, and especially tonight here in the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Series. Again, the Northwest Racing Association, you bringing 4 nights of racing: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. We'll go through that one in just a moment. What's to come on the week. Whitfield leads now. Look out, here comes Tyler Clement in that number 97 machine. Closing in on the back of the 741 car, James Starry and Thomas Vickers in car number 23 as well. Vickers has got an opportunity here. We're just at half race distance. We'll be 8 down, 7 to run. As they work off turn number 4, Lyndon Whitfield, your race leader from Logan Hickerson in 2nd spot. James Starry in 3rd. He's got the whole lot of company with the 97 car of Tyler Clement. But what is Tyler Clement going to do with James Starry here in the final 6 laps of this 3rd and final B main? That will all depend on what the 23 car does of Thomas Vickers. Just starting to catch up to the back of the 98 car. of Logan Hickerson. Starry to the inside on Hickerson in 3 and 4. Got to be careful. You don't really want to get to racing side by side with another transfer spot. Yes, I understand that. Oh, look out. Figures across the snoot of the 97 car of Tyler Clement. Gives a bit of breathing room there to the 741 car of James Starry. Just go back to that point. You don't want to be racing with a transfer spot to potentially give yourself up and not put yourself on the outside looking in. Yes, I understand you want that insurance position. Yes, I understand you want to start 2 rows up ahead. And we're not going to finish just yet because we're going to go green, white, checker. And if I'm Logan Hickerson, James Starry, I am really wondering what has gone on. And you know that these guys, they are not going to take it easy. Colton Zimmer out of the event. Thomas Vickers, Tyler Clement. I believe the 2 drivers involved in that little debacle, they'll be scored 1 lap down. So the field will pace behind the racing.com pace truck. So the lights are out. Lyndon Whitfield getting ready to bring us back to green. Pace car is off. The green white checker is all that is going to separate 3 of the 8 drivers left on the racing surface. 3 going through to the 50 lap main event. 4th on back. Well, we say goodbye to. They'll have to come back next week if they want a shot to making the A main in the Plumwild podcast super late model portion of the night, portion of the week with the Northwest Racing Association. The white flag is out. 1 to go. In fact, make it 2 final left-hand turns. Lyndon Whitfield going to the show along with Logan Hickerson and James Starry. It will be your top 3 here in tonight's B main, 3rd and final B main. So your results coming up on screen. Thank you, Team NASCAR. Appreciate it. So B main number 3 finishing up like this. It was Lyndon Whitfield getting the win over Logan Hickerson and James Starry. Those are your top 3. Everybody else 4th on back. Unfortunately, again, we'll have to say goodbye to Trevor Mead, Carson Friedman, Cameron King, Tristan Coons-Grape, along with Zachary Nemitz, Thomas Vickers, and Tyler Clement. Your top 10 with Colton Zimmer in position number 11. 5 heats, 3 B mains are done. Qualifying is done. The warm-up session is upon us right now, which means we are ready to do battle for the 50-lap main event to come here in just a few moments' time. Let's quickly take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We'll come back, pay some bills, back in about 30 seconds' time. You're watching round number 4 of the Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association, live here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And just like that, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association here tonight from the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. A little over 60 seconds left in the warm-up session to come. So the Northwest Racing Association, I mentioned earlier, racing 4 nights a week. Monday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, live on Ultimate Dirt TV, the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models followed up on Tuesday night with the Durga Dig Performance Big Block Modifieds from 10 o'clock Eastern as well, live with Joe White at OSRN, OSR Network. Before Wednesday nights coming back to you live on Ultimate Dirt TV from 11 o'clock Eastern with the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series. And then, of course, to wrap up the 4-night in a row program for the Northwest Racing Association It is the Dirt Street Stocks, the Pure Stocks, live with Joe White, 10 o'clock Kingston, live once again on OSR and OSR Network. Joe White does a fantastic job, and I'm glad to see Joe pick up 2 races here with the Northwest Racing Association. Again, we're not too far away. We are about 15 seconds left in the warm-up session here this evening. We'll take a look high above the racetrack. We've just had a track reset, so we've had a little scratch of the racing surface, which means, of course, we get to have a fresh racetrack for this 50-lap A main event. And, well, that is about to start here in just a few moments' time, because the checkered flag has been waved here on this practice, or the warm-up session, I should say, for the 24 drivers. And now we get ready for your main event, and we'll take a look here at your starting lineup for tonight's feature event. On the pole position in car number 10, that'll be Connor New. To the outside of the front row, the 82 of Desmond Busby lines up at a position number 2. Dylan Yeager rolls off in the 48 machine for position number 3, and the 33 of Caleb Durgan will line up at a position number 4. Position number 5 of the 80 car of Dylan Wilson. From 6, the 07 of Hunter Gaines. From 7, the 5 of Nathan Waddell. From 8, the 327 of Hayden Tolleson. From 9, the 18, it's Cameron Case. And from 10, the 23 of Chase Barbara. From 11, the 5 of Andrew Clark. From 12, the 32 of Cam Harris. From 13, the 1 of Jesse Entkin. From 14, the 747 of Tyson Banks. From 15, it's the 28 of Mason Lobb. From 16, it's the 2 of Jesse Wall, one of the 3 B-main winners on the night. The other 2 B-mainers will line up in the 9th row. From 17, it's the 27 of Hunter Lagoons. From 18, the 21 of Lyndon Whitfield. And then the final transfer is coming from the 3 B-mains. Peyton Burton lines up at a position number 19. Joe Cease will line up at a position number 20. For position number 21, Logan Hickerson, and 22 with a 20 of Sean Pointer. And your final row, Chance Carr in position number 23 alongside James Starry in position number 24. So as the drivers get the Wonder Green signal right now, it is time to go racing. I brought the camera just back just a little bit, just to see a little bit more of the racing surface, just so it's not so close. Pace car is in. Connor New, Desmond Busby. 3rd and 6th in the point standings. Round number 4 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model main event is underway. And it's going to be Connor New to lead the way. The 24 starters here in tonight's main event. Look out, Tolleson just gave a little shot in the shorts there to Dylan Wilson. Right in the middle of turn number 1, in the middle of 3 and 4 there on the previous lap. Chase Barbara trying to come through, split the gap 3 wide. A number of times 3 wide. There was almost a shade of 4 wide there on the exit of turn number 4. And again, everybody fighting for position. Everybody's car is going to be somewhat decent. Might be somewhat a little bit tight at the start of this main event. Yeager to the inside of Busby into 1 and 2. They run. Here comes Durgan with a run on the outside. Durgan gets to position number 3, but not for long, because Yeager bounces the 48 machine. Yeager going to slip back to position number 4 at the start-finish line. Meanwhile, Busby had to check up there for Connor New. New was just a little bit slower than the 82 car there through 1 and 2 on the previous lap. And just like that, we're 5 in with 45 to run. Main event time of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Bottles here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. You can just see how much these drivers are fighting for every inch of this racetrack. Kaysen gets into the back of Clark just a little bit, unsettles him, and Clark going to lose 1, 2, 3, and 4 positions. Harris in the 32 car, nearly getting hit there from the 5 of Clark. And boy, I tell you what, the 32 car is almost going to go around. He somewhat saves it, courtesy of Hayden Tolleson. Banks there on the inside, 3 wide once again, down into 3 and 4. Boy, the elbows are up, the gloves are off, and the tight little bull rings, and this quarter mile of a racetrack. It is gloves off UFC Fight Night here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway, the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model main event. Look at the 5 of Clark trying to get a run there on the 18 of Cameron Kaysen. Antigan going to slide up to position number 9. So right there, you're looking right around the top 10. Barbara puts the move on Wilson down into turn number 3. So work off turn number 4. Will's going to try and come back and chase Barbara down the front straight away first. Yellow comes out of this main event. Cam Harris in the 32 car. I believe the culprit around, you can see, pointed the wrong way. Just caught the wall, and the rear end of that race car just came down into the side of the 28 car of Mason Lobb. No fault of the Lobbs. You just see Harris hit the wall on a Lagoons in the 27, caught a piece of that one as well. But you can see the 32 car going into the pits and using one of the quick repairs that these drivers get. So a nice start to tonight's main event here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Your leader, Connor New, going to look to choose the outside line here on this restart. Leader has lane choice. Third on back, we get lined up as according to iRacing's request, either inside or outside. However, the second place car, depending on what the leader does, the second place car will do the opposite. So if the leader chooses the top, the second place car will in fact go to the inside. Vice versa, if the leader chooses on the inside, second place car will obviously go to the outside. Pretty simple format, right? Good. That's the way I like to hear it. Connor New, Desmond Busby. Hunter Lagoons a lap down in that 27 machine as we get ready to come back to green flag action here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. And just like that, into 1 and 2 we go. Busby got a good restart there, but Connor New going to lead down the back straight away. Into 3 and 4 we go. Battle is on for the race lead. Battle is on for 3rd, 4th and 5th position. As it's Durgan and Barbara. Durgan saves it. No! I thought he was going to save it. Cars coming to a stop in turn number 3. Well, not quite a stop because we are still green. Enterkin on the inside of Barbara and Wilson. Now we're going to go yellow. Geez, that might take a while to unfold what just happened there. But I think it's best for us to best just to let that one happen from race control's point of view. No point us trying to dissect what happened. So again, we'll get ready here in just a few moments time to come back to your main event. So lights are out, Busby and Connor New. Once again, they'll restart here on the front row. So what will be 15 down and 35 to go once we come back to the drop of the green flag. It looks like Desmond Busby going to opt to go to the outside here on the restart. So again, Connor New picked up a Water Thunder Esports victory last night from the Eldora Speedway in the Super Late Models, looking to continue his good run of form as of late. Busby gets on the gas. Dylan Yeager looking to get a good restart there as well as they work down into the first and second turn. Again, a lot of drivers split top and bottom. We see some drivers starting to go through the middle, but can we have 4 different winners in 4 different weeks as Wilson and Yeager make a bit of contact at the midway point of the front straight and right around the flag stand. Jesse Endigan, your week number 1 winner, has found his way almost inside of a top 5 as here comes Hayden Tolleson looking down to the inside of turn number 4, and we'll go yellow. So the stop-start affair here in the past couple of laps. So next week, mid-season championship live from the dirt track at Charlotte. For what will be 60 laps. Then the following week, we will head to the Wisconsin Bash Cedar Lake Speedway for what is round number 6. Round 7, we at the Eldora Speedway, 40 laps on tap for that one. The Show Me 50 Lucas Oil Speedway will be on tap after that one. Then we go back to the Federated Auto Parts I-55 Speedway for the Ironman 55, and then the Super Late Model season finale, the Volusia Speedway Park, playing host to a 75-lap main event. Next week will be the second biggest race on the schedule of 60 laps. Of course, the biggest one, the final week at the dirt track at Charlotte, 70 laps. Third biggest one is going to be at the Federated Auto Parts at I-55 Raceway for the Ironman 55. Here we go. 33 remain as they work down into one. There's Desmond Busby, Connor New, now Dylan Yeager. And just like that, race control says no start. Some issues there on a restart. So again, just a quick couple of cautions here to halt all the proceedings here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Getting race control just dealing with the situation at hand. So the main event, of course, goes to a single file restart. So we start to see a lot of the drivers working through the top. So look at the big slider there from Jesse Anderkin there on Hayden Tollison for a top 5. As now, speaking of the 5s, here comes Andrew Clark in the 5 machine. Look out, Anderkin from the bottom to the top once again. But it's going to be Tollison now. Here comes Clark. Does he go for the double slide jump? No, he's going to pull it up mid-track. Meanwhile, Kiefer there, just the right of your screen, puts the move there and on. Stephen Gaines in the 07 machine. Watching 5th, 6th, and 7th battling on screen right now. Tollison in the 327. Anderkin in the 1. And then you go back to the 5 of Andrew Clark. As now in comes another 5 machine. That is, that's going to be, sorry, Nathan Waddell, little bump there too. Clark in the 5. No arm, no foul, and just a couple of laps away from half race distance. Already in tonight's Super Late Model main event, the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Desmond Busby leading the way so far in car number 82. Connor New, again, New was third in the points coming into tonight. Desmond Busby is 6th. You look at Hayden Tolleson, 7th in the points standings. Jesse Antikin, who has already had a feature win this season, just goes to show you how tough this season is right now. He's not even inside the top 10 after picking up a win in the opening week. Nathan Waddell is 2nd in the points, and he is behind Dylan Yeager in the points standings as Yeager finds himself with yet another podium at the moment. Clark, Waddell come together. We're just past half-race distances. Gaines goes to the inside of Clark. Meanwhile, the 98 of Logan Hickerson battles it out with Jesse Wall. Remember Jesse Wall, he picked up a B-main win earlier on tonight, so he's had to move his way, hustle and bustle through this field here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Jesse Wall, the first car in 11th position. The first car to run the bottom side. Cameron Kaysen working it upstairs, working down low as well. As is the 2 car of Chance Carr. There's your leader out in front in the 82 machine with 20 to go. We'll take another lap off in the books here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Here in the main event, and Connor New. Well, look out. Joe Cease, I believe that was, in the 50 machine. That was pointed the wrong way, right in front of your race leader. And just as your leader was coming up off for turn number 2, taking some evasive action to make sure he doesn't catch a piece of the 50 car. But still a handy 22 cars on the lead lap. Gotta say, that's not bad considering on this tight little quarter-mile racetrack. Just gonna do something just here. We're just trying to get a there we go, just so you guys can see the numbers just a little bit better. We'll take a little zooming in action on the camera. So 18 to go for the 82 car of Desmond Busby. Back underway, a main event time. So already this season, we've had Chase Barbara pick up a win, along with Cruz Cordell in week number 2, and then Jesse Antikin picked up the win in week number 1. We go back to Dylan Yeager, who has now just slipped outside of a top 3. Finished the first week, Dylan Yeager finished in the runner-up position. Week number 2, came back with a 3rd place finish. And then last week, he finished up with yet another 2nd place finish. So he hasn't finished outside the top 3 just yet this season. 3 wide, Clark, Waddell, Gaines. Clark comes after Tolleson down into turn number 3. And boy, it is getting busy back here. Just as I was saying, the accomplishment so far from your points leader of Dylan Yeager. He's had 2 seconds and a 3rd place finish in the opening 3 weeks of the season. It would be the first time for him to miss out on a podium, but still yet to finish outside. If he finishes outside the podium, he'll still, provided he finishes in 5th spot inside the top 5, it would still be another top 5 finish for the 48 car. But he's got some company in front of him. He's got a lot of company behind him. He knows what it takes to get the job done here in the big races and in these championships. He was leading a super late model, the World of Thunder super late model race last night until disaster struck with a slide job going wrong. There we go, back underway. And Jaeger now, courtesy of starting and restarting on the outside, is going to be able to get around the outside of Dylan Wilson. So Wilson is going to lose that podium position. No, he's not. We're going to go yellow again. And this is going to get real interesting here. Because if we go to single file restarts, that is certainly going to help. The drivers on the inside of the restart. Doesn't matter about your front two because, well, your leader gets to choose inside or outside. However, choosing the outside may just help, but when you start on that inside row, especially at the front row, if you restart second, well, it's going to be somewhat decent. So still 22 cars. In fact, it might be 21 cars now, still on the lead lap. Caleb Durgan in car number 33. The man at question for that one. I think he's not maybe done and dusted. And I think we could be going single file restart. Don't forget, tomorrow night, live on Ultimate Dirt TV, World of Thunder Esports, Street Stocks, fixed Street Stocks coming to you live at 7 o'clock Eastern, and then the Open Street Stocks coming to you live from 9 o'clock. But then 10 o'clock Eastern with the Dirty Dick Performance, Big Block Modifieds, Joe White, OSR and OSR Network with the Northwest Racing Association. Will come back to round number 4. We'll come back to your screens as a slide job there from Connor New on Desmond Busby. So the battle is on right there for the race leaders. They work down into turn number 1 and 2. Busby still holds on. Here comes Wilson now up onto the rear bumper of that 10 car of Connor New. Wilson goes to the middle of the racetrack into turns 1, looking for the moisture. He gets the moisture right through the middle, but it's just that exit off turn number 2 just gets a little slick, and the 10 car sees this one slipping away from him. Desmond Busby with 9.5 to go. Busby looking to become a feature winner and elevate himself into a top 5 and potentially a top 3 depending on other results. Here after what is week number 4, the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models. Jaeger sits in 4th. Tollison rounds out the top 5. Waddell in 6th position. Then you go back to Jesse Entigan. Logan Hickerson in 8th. Andrew Clark, Cameron Kaysen make up your top 10. Down the bottom right of your screen, the biggest move is Logan Hickerson up 13 positions. So he started in position number 21 and he's up to 8. And the man that goes just a little further back started 23rd and he's up to position number 12. That is Chance Carr plus 11. So Hickerson and Carr moving through the field nicely. More laps getting ticked off here at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Waddell, big slider there on Tollison, down into 3 and 4. Somehow pulls it up, not from absolutely annihilating the concrete wall. 4/10 of a second lead. In fact, just barges out just a little bit. Opens up to half a second lead for Desmond Busby with just 4 laps left to run. And just like that, 4 more circuits around the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Your top 3 on screen from left to right. Desmond Busby driving the Hunt to Front Gaming. Number 82 machine leading the Majula C Speed Shop. Number 10 car of Connor New. Then you go back to the D1RT of Dylan Wilson in car number 80. 2 to go for your race leader. Looking to put the 82 into victory lane here in week number 4. We've had Barbara. We've had Jaeger. We've had Cruz Cordell. Now are we about to have Desmond Busby to make it 4 from 4. Back straight away for the final time. Into turn number 3. He will protect the inside line. Checkered flag is out. Desmond Busby is going to win your main event here from the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. And just like that, we finished a fantastic race. And you can see the 82 car is happy just at the very bottom of your screen. Just done a quick little celebratory donuts. And rightfully so, that 82 machine gets to park it in victory lane. Let's take a look at your official results. Desmond Busby gets the win over Connor New and Dylan Wilson. Your top 3, will chat to those top 3 drivers here in just a few short moments time. For the first time this season, Finishing outside of a podium, Dylan Yeager comes home fourth. Hayden Tolleson gets up five. Then we go back to Nathan Waddell, Jesse Entikin, Andrew Clark, Logan Hickerson, and Cameron Kaysen. That is the drivers that rounds out the top 10. We go over the page 11 through the 20th. They'll look like this. Chase Barber in 11th, Stephen Gaines in 12th, Chance Carr 13th, Peyton Burton in 14th, James Starry in 15th, Cam Harris in 16th, Lyndon Whitfield 17th, Sean Pointer 18th, Tyson Banks in 19th, and the last car, ironically, on the lead lap. 2 laps down was Jesse Wall in position number 20. Position number 21 was Mason Lobb. 22nd was Caleb Durgan. Joe Cease and Hunter Lagoons make up the 24 drivers in this one. But for 4 weeks now, we've seen the Plumwild podcast Super Late Models put another fantastic show on here. This time we do it at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. We'll chat to the man that comes home third place here tonight. It is the 80 car of Dylan Wilson. Dylan, congratulations on this third place finish here tonight. We had a track reset, so the track was pretty tacky to start off, but by the end of this one, it was slick all the way around the boards, and third place will have to do for you in the 80 car tonight.
Yeah, not bad. Anytime you can actually finish a race at Fairbury, it's usually a good night. So, not a track I was looking forward to racing, but ended up having a pretty decent run there, and just a little too tight, I think, in the main to really do anything. Every time I'd touch the boards up until the last 10 laps or so, I just get really, really tight. So, just probably save that one as black slick type setup, and then try and loosen it up for a more tacky race for next time.
As you said, not a track that you looked forward to coming to. I dare say, I want to say a lot of the drivers feel that way about Fairbury, and not to single this racetrack out, because this track can put on some good racing, at the best of times. I thought tonight went sort of fairly well when it comes to the amount of cautions that we've seen in the main event. We're expecting a few more, considering that we had a pretty fresh racetrack to get this main event started.
Yeah, that's usually how it is there. It's weird. At least most of the races I've been a part of, it'll go green for a while, and then you'll just have a rash of yellows. The restarts there are kind of wonky. You got that little bump on the inside of four that gives a lot of guys problems on the restart. And yeah, it always seems to happen. But once you get like 3 or 4 laps, it seems to go green for a minute. But when that yellow comes out, you might as well brace yourself because everyone's trying to fight for one lane, trying to get to the top or middle or wherever the line is at that point. It just creates chaos. So until they give these cars a little more low end torque so we can pull off the bottom better, it's always going to be like that.
How tough is it on those restarts, especially starting on that second row on the inside? And as you said, everybody trying to fight for that top lane going into turn one. How tough is it on the restarts?
Yeah, it's you honestly kind of if you're starting third or fifth or hell even second whenever the leader chooses the outside, you kind of tend to hope that the guy behind you has a bad restart, but you pretty much know you're going to lose a spot if you're starting on the inside to whoever's on your outside. So, some guys are okay with it. Some guys will just send it in there and slide in front of you, no big deal. So, thankfully, he's really clean, and the guys I was racing there were really clean on the restart. So. Yeah, it's always good when you can get guys that are a little bit respectful in this game.
Dylan, well done. Third place finish here tonight at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway, the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model main event. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody on this 80 car.
Yeah, and of course, all the guys at D1RT behind the car, but thanks to Eddie Farnes, anybody that helps him over here at NWRA. Thank you, Brett, for broadcasting this for us, and good job to Dez. Congrats to him and everybody that finished in the top 3.
Dylan Wilson home in third spot here tonight. We'll chat to the man that finishes just one spot ahead of him. You can see him already on your screen, but home in second place tonight and backed up another podium after a win last night with World of Thunder competition. It's 10 car of Connor New. Connor, well, the win last night, the second place finish here tonight. Boy, you got some momentum in this 10 car. You must be happy with how you're rolling the super late models around here on our racing at the moment.
Yeah, man, I'm happy with second, but obviously I wanted first. I don't know. I didn't. I don't know. Dez was just straight full center, tapping the wall, and I knew spoiler damage was gonna be big this racing. I somehow got it before him. I don't know. He was full center, and then once he got it under Yalu that one time, I don't know. I think he like neck the wall and got it, and so I just started ripping the fence down, and I don't know. We were good, but we just wasn't good enough. I don't guess.
But you add another top 10 list to you, and now even another top 5. You'll add a podium to the already list of achievements here with the Northwest Racing Association Super Late Model Series. You were third in the points coming into tonight. You, of course, finish ahead of Dylan Yeager. You finish ahead of Nathan Waddell. This points battle is going to get just a little bit tighter after 4 weeks. What do you take from this one? And was this a racetrack that you were looking forward to?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm pretty good at wall tapping, and I would rather run the top than like a longer track. And I don't know, this is one of my better tracks on the sim, but I don't know. I'll take second. A good points night.
Connor, well done on the runner-up finish here tonight at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Round number 4 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Main Event presented by Northwest Racing Association. Connor, before we let you go, once again, we'll let you thank everybody on this 10 car.
I'll try to congratulate Desmond on the win and Dylan on third. And I got to thank my Jealousy Speed Shop. I couldn't do nothing without them. WR1 Sim Chassis, C High Performance, Sweet Victory Apparel, Spartan Transportation, Eddie for putting this league on, and you for broadcasting.
Connor, you home in second spot here tonight at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. It was just spoken with our third and second place finishes, which means there is one left, and that man sits atop on the top step of this podium. Driving the number 82 machine, it is Desmond Busby. Des, congratulations on the victory. Well, 4 weeks so far in the Super Late Model Series, and you are the 4th different winner. Just goes to show that the competition is mighty cordial right now, because any one of these drivers can come to victory lane. But for tonight, it's you that goes to victory lane.
Yeah, this season's for sure pretty stacked. Like you said, any given night it could be a different winner, and thankfully it was me tonight. I felt pretty good. I just, when we got out there in the beginning, I knew probably bottom or middle was probably going to be more dominant, and then I just stayed committed to the top once again, and got it ran in there about mid race, and then just try to hang on and stay consistent. I knew that wall tap or whatever was going to be crucial. So as long as I could, get up against the wall there and hit it right, I knew I would be somewhat all right. And thankfully, that's what we did.
Right around probably just after the halfway stage of this main event, we started to see a lot of guys, use that outside line. How tough is it to, one, try and run the wall here consistently lap after lap, 2, to not put yourself into the wall, but then also, as you just said, with the wall tap, 3, not to get damage on that rear spoiler?
Oh, yeah. My spotter told me in iRacing that my rear end was all out of whack, which I already figured. And yeah, like one little mistake up there, it could just ruin your run. A couple times I hit the wall wrong there, and I just pushed straight to the wall and get all tight. And, I could have broke my right front or, just ruined my run there. So it's pretty crucial to hit your mark there each lap. And thankfully, I was able to do that.
Well, the Hunt the Front Sim Sports team pick up their second feature win of the season. Your teammate Jesse Entergan got the win in the opening round of the series. You now make it a second one for the team. How proud are you of yourself and the team's accomplishments so far after just 4 weeks?
Oh, yeah, it feels pretty good, seeing the success we have, making this step. As a team, we're already showing pretty decent results, I'd say. And, it's for sure, tonight was for sure a big win for us.
Hey, last week at, I think it was Knoxville, last week at Knoxville, you finished 10th. After last week and knowing that, you were 6 in the points, you lost a couple of standings in the points there. What was the mindset coming into tonight?
Honestly, just try to get another consistent finish. I don't really set my standards too high nowadays because everyone's so close to each other now. It's pretty crazy, so I just be realistic with myself, and just my main goal is to make the A main, obviously, and just try to have a solid finish.
2 7s, a 10th, and now a win here on the season. Des, congratulations on this victory. Before we let you go, we'll let you have the mic one final time. We'll let you thank everybody involved on this 82 car.
Yeah, I just got to thank everyone over at HTF Sim Sports, Chance, Jesse, Dusty, all them guys that help out. Majula C Speed Shop, they keep us dialed for these races, and we appreciate it. Burkhart Motorsports, Brooks Motorsports, John Darby for the wrap, you for the broadcast, and Eddie for putting this on, and everyone who came out.
Des, well on the win. We'll see you back next week, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Desmond Busby, your winner here tonight from the Fairbury American Legion Speedway to wrap up round number 4 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models here tonight from the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Just to recap what started, what and how it all started from start to finish. So qualifying, it was Connor New who went quick time. Heat race number 1 winner went to the man that went quick time. That was Connor New. Desmond Busby picked up the win in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3, seeing Dylan Yeager get the victory. Heat number 4, Caleb Durgan got the victory from position number 5. Heat race number 5, Dylan Wilson picked up the win from the pole position. And then we go to the first of 3 B-mains. Jesse Wall picked up the win in B-main number 1. Hunter Lagoons picked up the win in B-main number 2, where Lyndon Whitfield was able to come away with a victory in B-main number 3. And of course, that set the bar, that set the standards for what was going to be a 24-car field for 50 laps around the Fairbury American Legion Speedway here in Fairbury, Illinois, for round number 4 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models. Moving through the field, some of the movers and shakers in this one. Jesse Endigan going from 13th to 7th. Logan Hickerson goes from 21st to 9th, picking up 12 spots. And also Chance Carr going from 23rd to position number 13. And then it was James Starry who went from 24th to position number 9. So the biggest move of the hard charger through this field was Logan Hickerson, up 12 spots. Not a bad job for Logan Hickerson. Like I said, he finished inside of a top 10. How that will shake up the point standings, well, you'll just have to keep an eye on the Northwest Racing Association social media pages. But for now, we are done. Round number 4 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models is complete. And of course, don't forget, tomorrow night we'll start off with the Northwest Racing Association. They have got the Durgy Dig Performance Big Block Modifieds, 10 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. The Empire State 50 at the Weed Sports Speedway Park, or Weed Sports Speedway, for 50 laps on tap. Live with Joe White, OSRN, OSR Network. He'll have the coverage of that one. Good friend of ours here at Ultimate Dirt TV. And then, of course, we'll come back on what is a Wednesday night with the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models. However, this week we are off on the schedule, so we'll see them in a week and a bit's time. That'll be Wednesday night from 11 o'clock Eastern. And then, of course, to wrap up the 4-night show with the Northwest Racing Association, it is the Bad Company Racing Pure Stock Schedules live with Joe White and OSRN again, once again with you for the call. On Thursday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, they will head to the shootout at the Lucas Oil Speedway for 40 laps for Dirt Street Stock competition. Speaking of street stocks, we're back live here on Ultimate Dirt TV tomorrow night with the doubleheader with the World of Thunder Esports League. And from 7 o'clock Eastern, we'll see the Dirt Street Stocks Fix Series take to the racetrack first before that. And then at 9 o'clock Eastern will be the Open Street Stocks. So if you want to get involved in that one, check out World of Thunder Esports on Facebook. But if you want to get involved in the Northwest Racing Association, check them out on their social media pages. Send them a message. Send Eddie Farnes a message. He does a wonderful job hosting not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 races in 4 nights, and having all four leagues broadcasted this season. 2 on Ultimate Dirt TV, 2 with OSR Network, OSRN. Again, they're great friends of ours here at Ultimate Dirt TV. But for now, that's going to wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV, live from the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. And until next time, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the manager behind the scenes, we say farewell, congratulations to Desmond Busby.